Hi everybody, my name is Björn Ulbro. I'm the CEO of Evac Group. Really nice to have you here. As an industry, we're facing challenges on multiple fronts: technology, regulation, and general market forces. As a technology provider, we always strive to be on the forefront when it comes to sustainability technology and everything related to waste on board, so that you can focus on your core competence. When we talk about regulatory environment, it's only moving in one direction, and it's all serving the environment, which we think is fantastic. However, it poses challenges, and our technology is ready to meet that today and beyond. We see that all consumers are looking for more sustainable options. We're here to make sure that sustainability in your operations does not come at a cost, either to your finances or to the general customer experience. When it comes to the customer experience, we understand that that's a differentiating factor for you. So it is for us. When you deal with Evac personnel, when you handle Evac technology, the experience will always be world-class. Watch the full video below as I have an in-depth discussion with our HydroTreat and wet waste treatment experts to learn more. Welcome everybody, here's Björn again, and I'm here with our wet waste treatment experts, Indu and Henry. Welcome. Pleasure to have you. We're going to dig a bit deeper on the topic of HydroTreat in particular. Now, HydroTreat is creating a lot of interest, it's creating a lot of buzz in the industry. As a non-engineer, what is it and what does it mean?
Yeah, HydroTreat is a process which treats the wet waste at high temperature and the pressure. It's like it transforms the wet waste into a sterile product called HTC biochar, which stores the carbon from the feedstock, whatever wet waste it is, stored in the biochar and the nutrients also. So it can be upscaled into a soil amendment product or different applications. That's all about it.
Okay, it sounds pretty revolutionary. Yeah. What are customers saying about this?
Yeah, because it's like, we are taking the customer process whole in like a big picture. When you think about the circularity of their process, it's very critical. The HydroTreat play a key role here because the wet waste, which is very nasty and smelly on both, which requires more space to store, which is now the HydroTreat plays a key role here because it converts this product into a stable product and sterile product which does not require so much space to store and which has further upscaled into different applications. Therefore, it will fill the circular loop too. And the reject water coming out of this process can be treated with our own established products like MBR or ABPR. So it fulfills the circularity loop.
That sounds like a groundbreaking technology, and not only for the marine industry, wet waste treatment in general, also on land, that we could utilize there as well. Yeah.
So you've been working a lot close with our customer delivery projects on this. What sort of buzz is this creating with them?
Well, it's a new and alternative method of treating wet waste, basically, and our way of thinking is nothing to waste, and this basically maximizes the recycling of the wet waste and treatment on board. Yeah. And wet waste has been a tricky waste to handle on board, and we can now do it with 30% of the energy of thermal drying, for example. And at the same time, we're not generating any direct CO2 emissions, which is compared to incineration, for example, it's an achievement.
Yeah, and the product is more environmental friendly too.
Yeah.
So it both circularity towards the process and towards the product. Both. Right. We consider both.
Yeah.
So this sounds like really a revolutionary product. And when we look at customers, shipyards, ship owners, and beyond perhaps, how does this help them achieve their goals?
Well, the environmental awareness of people is increasing all over the globe. And in the EU, there's this emission trading system coming into force now step by step in the coming years, and I see that we can play a big role with our HydroTreat product in achieving those goals. Right. and on top of that, the volume of the waste is reduced significantly during the process, and I think that
So
will
they-
help
they
the
have-
operations on board.
Of
the
course,
vessels.
there is more space for other activities, for more business activities as such. So it also
Just as a rule of thumb, like how much space volume reduction are we
around
talking about?
90%.
90%?
Reduction in
Okay.
the volume. Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking a significant improvement on emissions compared to
To
existing
existing
alternatives.
Yeah.
We're talking a space saving
Yes.
and a potential then, as you mentioned, for carbon
Yeah.
capture and
There is
And
no direct emissions, and the consumption of the fuel, indirect wise, because it's an energy efficient process. That means less energy, less fuels, less emissions, indirect wise too.
So when we look at the general market, Evac has the HydroTreat out there. Why Evac? Why no one else? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, because Evac, of course, our aim is our mission is nothing to waste concept, and we are focusing on full circularity. Every kind of waste, especially the wet waste, which comes the HydroTreat as the process. Like initial days, it was dumping towards the sea or burning it, which requires high amount of energy. Here comes the HydroTreat, which is circular and sustainable, which can handle the wet waste to a product which can be applicable to the soil and capture the the carbon storage, nutrient storage. There is so much value addition to the waste.
Right.
Here comes.
And we are basically the pioneers in this. So
Yeah.
there's at the moment no one else can offer this kind of process or system in the marine industry.
And for example, our customers like TUI Cruises, because they were interested in our product especially because of the driving force for them is the circularity in our process and the product.
And on top of that, we have been able to design it to be modular, which can be fitted into tight spaces on board vessels and can be,
We have limited space on board, and it's modular and it's different modules, so it can be placed a little bit apart from each other, these kind of, and sizes, different sizes available according to the capacity required. All these makes us going forward, keeping us pioneering the circularity.
Sounds quite like a unique value proposition.
Yeah.
Really exciting, really exciting.
Yeah.
No doubt, this is super exciting. We're super excited. We're very proud. And if you'd like to know more, book a meeting with our experts in the link below. In the final segment, I'm going to stick with the experts here and dig a bit deeper on future HydroTreat innovations. And we're going to explore a little bit our full service portfolio. Stay tuned.